Hi guys, thank you for joining me. It's Lucia from Blueberry Crafty. Today I want to show you how I make mass produced stamped images. Now, Jennifer Maguire has one on her channel and I've just found I'll have a link of her video how to mass produce stamped images of her technique. I don't know if it's easy for you to do that one, but I just wanted to share with you some tips that I have that I find it's easier for me. So basically from now on, this is how I've done it takes a little bit of time to set up your images in the beginning. Once you have your stamp set prepped and already aligned and everything like that, then whenever you come back to try to stamp out the images, it's a lot easier. So basically I was able to win the Mama Elephant top card contest, and as a prize they sent me some goodies. They sent me the little penguin agenda with the coordinating dies plus the mini Mary messages. Now I'm so grateful that they sent me this. If you haven't checked out the new release, go online and check out their release. But usually I don't really get the dies because it's really kind of expensive and I've got a scan and cut. But with my scan and cut, sometimes I'm a bit lazy to, take it out, scan it, cut it. I find that this method is a lot quicker and a lot easier, especially when you want to do mass production. Like if you want to stamp out a whole bunch of images and just do a lot of cards for invitations, weddings, party treats and favors. So I'm going to show you how I do it today. I've already have my one prepped up. It takes a little bit of aligning and fiddling with it, but basically what I did was I just got the die and then I just grab a blank paper and I just die cut out the stencil. I just die cut out the stencil first to take the template. Once I've got this template, I actually put it in my MISTI. So if you have a MISTI, it will help you a lot. If you don't have a MISTI, you can still do this method. It's just a little bit fiddly. You have to align it and just readjusting your alignment to get it all set up. So basically what you get with the stamp set is you get the front of the stamp and then the back side. So what I've done is I've aligned all my back side stamps with the I can't speak today coordinating dies. So basically when I stamp this image out, if you can see my other video, I just put my die set on it and then run it through the die and it just pops right out. If you've seen my other video, the one that I've already colored all the images, it's so simple and I love it. I actually love it a lot. I just stamp my images, color it, and then I can just die cut. I love this method. So I don't actually follow what is on the image. I follow what's on the die cut. So once you have that template, what you do is you put it into your MISTI. And then what I did was I got the actual acetate sheet, I sticky taped it, and I sticky taped it to the back of the MISTI here. And then I aligned my stamps in here. Every time I align it, I press it down and then it sticks onto the acetate sheet. And this is how I keep and store my stamps. So I keep it on the acetate sheet in with the pouches and I store it with all my other stamp sets. So once I found out this method, I had to get all of the coordinating dies. It's just a lot easier. This is the reason why it's worthwhile to invest in the coordinating dies. If you use a stamp set that is a lot, you do it for a lot of projects, a lot of things, it's worth getting the die set with this method. So I've already done it, aligned it it took me a while. It took me about an hour to line everything up and make sure I test. I did a few test runs, and these were some of the test runs as well. So I test run it to make sure it works. So it works. Now to start, when you start off using it, you just get a little bit of tape. I tape it there, tape it to my original acetate sheet. Yep. Then I put one on the back. Yep. And then I just add some tape here on the side here. With the stamps facing upwards, you stick the sticky tape on top. So then when you align it with your, okay, so I have a few only. Oh no, it didn't stick. You need at least 2 on the side. Okay, so that one's stuck now. Okay, so I have that way, and what I do is I just basically align it on my MISTI with the paper, close my MISTI lid, press, sticky tape will stick to the front side. Once it's stuck on there, make sure it's stuck on, then I sticky tape it to my MISTI, making sure it's well adhere. So basically you get your cardstock, place it into the MISTI, then you get your ink. I prefer the Gina K Amalgama ink. You ink up your images, and just to get all of the stamp on the images, make sure everything is stamped up, and then you stamp the images onto your cardstock, pressing it all in to make sure everything is in. Okay, so I missed a few spots. I'm gonna redo it again just to get all the okay, so I'm gonna re-ink it again, second time, just to make the images more darker and more present. So inking it up, making sure all the images is stamped. Then I'm going to stamp it a second time. Yeah, just to, I'm giving it a little bit of CPR, making sure, yep, the images turned out great. So once I have the stamped images, this is when I would color it in, and then once the images is colored in, I'll put in the coordinating dies and die cut it. So just get a piece of masking tape, align, oops, that die cut was fiddly, stick on the masking tape and align it with my images just to make sure they're all aligned up. Let's see, looks good. Looks good. Everything seems to be aligned. Okay, so I'm just gonna press that down, make sure everything's held in place, put away my MISTI, and this is when I would get my die cutting machine. Usually it's set up on the other side of the table. Then I'll put the die cuts onto my slide and run it through the cutting machine. Yep, just running it through, die cutting everything out, and then once you have everything die cutted out, you can see the images just pop right out. They look okay. They're not very aligned in this video, but if you see my other video, they're very much aligned. I've just put in them out of whack, I think, but still good. It's still relatively good. So I love this method because it's just so quick and so easy to die cut your images, make sure everything comes out. And yeah, this is a good reason why it's worth investing in your die cuts, and it's made me want to go ahead and put an order in for all my other little agenda die sets. So I hope you enjoyed my video on how to mass stamp and die cut images, and I hope it finds easy for you.